And now for a quick disclaimer. The T-Bone
and Chick Brew
in the morning show is for infotainment purposes only.
The opinions expressed here do not represent
Naval Station Rota, the Armed Forces Network,
or the Department of Defense.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
As we go through,
is that
nothing.
better? Nothing.
Nothing.
Ay.
I went for where are
I have nothing in these. Wait, I don't know.
All right.
I have one in
I have to go to the other studio to get the other headphones.
You know, those are the only ones that we could find
here.
this morning. Yeah.
We looked in different places.
Well, I didn't look. We got those from that. Is that better?
I hear the bed. Don't hear me.
You don't hear you.
Right.
I can hear you. You sound lovely today.
Well, that's the whole thing about wearing these things is so that I can hear myself so that I don't over project because, you know, that's what I do.
I'll turn your level down. Everything's fine.
Oh, okay. Everything is not fine. I just
hands.
hear the bed. That's stupid. Stupid.
Let's try one more rotation of headphones.
No, well, we'll figure it out.
Those are squishing my ears.
Those are the garbage ones. We got rid of those a long time.
I know, and they're falling apart. I probably have plastic in my hair.
Right. I think what we didn't do when I bought new headphones is we didn't discreetly throw the old ones away. Because, you know, government property or whatever.
You didn't write your name on them.
Oh, yeah. Even if I did.
That doesn't actually work.
I'm still waiting for my shirt that had my name on it, but never showed up.
I think Dill Pickle has it.
Yeah, right? And he's gone now, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he is. So we'll say bad things about him now.
I don't know. You know I don't go out.
All right, so we've been off for a week, and now we're trying to figure things out. So give us a moment while we try to figure it out. If you want to be part of the show, remember the best way to do that is to join us on the fan page. You can find the fan page by searching the hashtag LUNSB. Got a lot of things to talk about this morning. We're going to be talking about shower time.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to share my shower experiences with you.
Well,
I figured that would be mildly entertaining. Actually, no, I'm just doing it because it makes for a great tease. We're going to talk about tailgating and why that's a bad thing and why I intentionally stopped at that red light this morning to make you wait. You know who you are. And, we're going to be talking about a murder.
Oh.
Local murder. Oh, man. This murder will blow your mind. It blew my mind. I was being told the facts of this murder. I actually had to stop the person telling me, and are you telling me? And then I recounted what he said, and that's pretty much how that went down. So we're going to be talking about the big Rota murder. It's crazy, man. Shower time. We're going to be talking about how much dope is too much dope. The answer is any dope is too much dope if you are a member of the NFL. We talking about that?
Yeah. Oh, sports.
No, not sports. Life. We got a person who made it all the way to the pinnacle of his sport. And then got popped with a lot of marijuana.
You're talking about two things I don't know anything about. Dope and football. Like, just you lost me.
All right, well, according to
T-Bone will tell us all about
According to Chick Brew, we're not going to be talking about anything that she doesn't talk about today.
No,
so stand by for a full episode of Hogsworth.
Hogwarts. Hogsworth? Who is that?
Piddlesworth? I don't know.
Oh, Piddle Diddle. I love him.
These make-believe words from a woman that goes by the initials of Jack. I don't know. It will be simple in your local news. I don't think we have much local news. I don't see anything here. It says be sure to talk about this. CB Ball's coming up. We could talk about that a little bit. Yeah. It's my annual corporate gig. It's very funny. They sent me a script of what they wanted me and you to say. And I just laughed. Like, that's not happening. But thanks for listening. But that's not happening.
Joke's on you.
It's T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning. Stand by. We got a good show for you. I got an okay show. We got a show.
Better than terrible. All right.
Yeah. Can't find the adapter for him, of course.
We can't find anything.
Hey, it's going to be a wonderful day. It's Friday. First of all, it's Friday on the worst week ever. Personally, I feel I'm not in the decision-making process for this. I don't know who makes these decisions.
We're going to take a picture for my dad.
Oh. You got the camera on the wrong way.
I'm trying.
Hi, good morning, leather bunny ears.
Oh, gosh.
What, he just
He's still awake.
and he just said, "Hey, send me a photo because I
No.
don't believe you're at work."
No, he said, "Good morning, you made my day." So I was sending him a photo as an extra.
Oh,
I was being nice.
how sweet!
Gross. Okay, anyways, move on.
My new thing is thinking of you Thursday, where I try to go out of my way to remember to tell my daughters that I love them on Thursdays.
Oh,
Yes, because we can go months without saying anything, and that's not good. That's bad. Oh my goodness, I can hear myself.
just made Christmas.
How nice is that? So back to worst week ever. I say it's the worst week ever because I don't know who makes these decisions. I'm not a part of the decision-making process. But Monday and Tuesday off. Nobody wants to be here come Wednesday. You're just getting into the flow by Friday, and then everybody wants to be gone by Friday. I don't like 2 days off in the same week.
That's like my whole life.
Give us a Friday, give us a Monday. Monday, Tuesday, don't do that. Unless it's Thanksgiving. Then Thursday, Friday makes sense. But that's the holiday season anyway, and no one's getting
already a disaster.
Yeah, no one's getting any work done as it is. I am so grateful for DJ Fatty Patty. He found the
hooked you up.
adapter. I can hear myself. I sound delightful.
I told you.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So, what have we discussed? First of all, we've directed people towards the fan page. If you don't know where that's at, you can search on Facebook for the hashtag LUNSB. That'll direct you right over to the cavalcade. You join the cavalcade. You could be a part of the show. You can give us all your information there. We haven't heard from our listeners in Greece, in Naples, in Okinawa, or in Rota today. So, and the sad part about that is I was 8 hours out on the announcement. Just so you know, we're going to be on tomorrow, and if there's anything you want to talk about, it doesn't all need to come from my sick, twisted brain. I don't have to make all of this up as I go. You can be involved. Now, you might provide a topic, and then my sick, twisted brain may be involved in how I push that topic along. But one of the many things that we wanted to talk about today is tailgating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's strange. I don't understand. We live in what is virtually a stress-free environment.
Yes.
You can Hakuna Matata your day all day long in southern Spain.
Which is why I thrive here.
There is no need to be in a rush. There's no need to be somewhere immediately or run someone over. But every once in a while, you get people who decide that their priorities exceed everything. That
Also me.
They are running late, so they're racing to work, and they're cheating the roundabout where it says 1 to the base and 1 to Rota, and they just think they're so clever and so smart by sneaking around the roundabout. And oh, you're a genius, aren't you? And this morning, there's literally 2 cars on the road. Me and the person behind me who feels the need to bump draft me as if we're in the Daytona 500 on the last lap.
Go fast, turn left. It's a roundabout.
So I see the upcoming traffic light, and I know, because life works in silly ways, that I'm going to catch this light. I catch that. We have 2 lights on base. I catch that light every time. And if I'm going far enough, I will catch both of them every time. But there was a chance I could have made it today if I had just picked it up just a little bit. But you know what? That person tailgating me made me decide, no, I'm going to let nature take its course. I'm going to let that red light happen, and I'm going to patiently wait the entire time because it's southern Spain and there's no need to rush anywhere.
Did you wave?
Yeah. Ay. I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
No.
I'm very worried about you.
You didn't know I was deathly sick while you were gone.
Oh, no, I thought that you were being dramatic.
Well, yeah, that too. If you're going to do it with flair, baby. Do it with style and grace. I don't know.
You're just coughing up rhinestones and glitter from what I saw on the internet.
What makes it worse is I had a coughing fit that was so traumatic that all of my stomach muscles are now revolting against me.
It was like exercise.
Yeah. It was
Yikes,
it was like doing 1,000,000 sit-ups where I can't move right, and now if I cough, I get it's just whatever that particular strain was. I mean, I go to Chinese stores. I don't know. I pop the bubbles in my Amazon packages. I don't know. I do know that for a week there, I was definitely down hard, and it still lingers as a Yeah, get your flu shot is what I'm saying.
Yeah, did you get yours?
I didn't.
That's what I thought. All right.
Here's how that went down. Wife got sick. And,
always the producer.
Just like the coronavirus, if you share, if you're married and you live close together,
oh my gosh, yeah.
That particular strain decided to jump over to my side of the house, and it took me down. And on the same week, I was going through my I'm old now medical procedure stuff, where flu shot was on the list of things to do. But, you don't have to tell me. I'm crazy enough to know that if you're already sick with the
Don't
flu,
get the flu shot.
Getting the flu shot is going to do something you don't want. I don't know, technically, I'm not a doctor. I don't even pretend to be one. I just have this strange feeling that once you have the virus, adding more virus is bad.
It's irrelevant because whatever they say, I get it. Okay, yeah, you do the snip, it's not going to give you... I don't care what you tell me at medical. You give me the flu shot, guess who's sick the next week? Me. It's mind over matter. I don't care. My mind is weak. You put the flu in my body. I have the flu.
You have a weak body. Anybody who can't swallow a pill.
Or do I have a strong mind? No.
So I'm gonna let this flow through my system, and then without a doubt, I'm going over and getting my annual flu shot.
Well, it's too late. You already had it. What's the matter now?
Well, what if it's a different strain? I don't know how microorganisms work. I don't pretend to know this
You
stuff.
You survived one. You're great.
Right?
Also not a doctor.
Until you're not.
Right.
Yeah, I have
everything was fine until it wasn't.
I have friends of mine in South Korea right now who this coronavirus is a real thing in Asia, and I've always said the next pandemic is going to start in South Korea, just because
instant karma.
Yeah, a whole bunch of little things that if you've ever lived in South Korea when it comes to hygiene and how people kind of don't try to cover themselves when they cough in crowded areas, and it makes for a perfect breast environment. Oh yeah. Don't forget to talk about the homicide.
When I went to Naples, they were testing everybody for fever.
Really?
On landing, yeah.
Which, yeah. In theory, that sounds perfect. Oh, Naples is a bad place for this too, because Naples has gone through a couple of periods in history where the entire city has been wiped out because of sanitary conditions. Go figure.
Well, it's because it's dirty. I love Naples, but it's dirty.
I do love Naples. 727-1025. You can hit us up there, or you can call us via your cellular phone, 956-821025.
You're listening to T-Bone
and Chick Beer
in the morning. A grown man has a stockpile of batteries.
This is a microphone. We talk into these things in the radio business. He'll be back.
It turns out that I finally figured out how I can relate to T-Bone. The box of random cables.
Yeah, you never throw away a cable because you never know what it goes to. And you never know when you might need it again. So if you don't store them properly, what you get is this big jambalaya of just everything that takes hours. It takes hours to sort, and so my bag of wires, anybody ever come across a situation where you need an adapter or a wire? I think all you got to do is talk to any friend of yours, because everybody's got the junk drawer in the kitchen.
Oh yes.
Every man has got a bag or a box full of wires and cables and connectors.
So my goal to becoming a 50-year-old man I've almost achieved it. Sooner than anticipated and without science.
Yeah, I just think of all the cables I got, and it's just, it is.
I don't like when they get sticky.
And I don't know why.
It's like the plastic gave up on life. It says, I've had enough. So every now and then I will go through and find those ones from my birth year that are sticky.
Nice.
And I will dispose of those.
Nokia, I guess I bought a lot of Nokia products in the past because I have a lot of Nokia cables. It just, if the federal government likes to get involved in every detail of our life, could they just come up with a standard?
That would be great.
Like, all of us in America use the same plug to plug into our electrical grid. All of us have the exact plug. Okay. Oh, boy. Hold on.
Yes.
99%, and of course all statistics are made up on the spot, 99% of us use the two-pronged adapter to go into the wall. Occasionally, there's a third, but the wall's made for it. It's got a third hole. You don't
Whether
have to
it does
buy an
anything
adapter or
or
nothing
not.
like that. Your high energy appliances, your electric stove, your washer, your dryer, they're going to come with a different one. But aside from those, everything we do in America, we have one plug that works for all of us. One outlet works for all of us. Because the federal government mandated that. This is the way it's going to be. No adapters in America. We're adapter free. Except when it comes to all of these wires. Just think of all the landfills that are filled with wires. All we need is a simple one-sheet law that says if you make a product that requires a wire, this is what it's going to look like.
I had a really crazy dream the other night. All the walls were made out of rechargeable plates, like you put your phone and your watch on.
Oh.
So there was no wires, and I just was like moving the TV. I was redoing the house, and I was like, oh, I'll just move the TV over here. And I literally just slid it around because it was all, the walls were all... If I wanted to charge my phone, I would just lean up against it and it would just charge. It was amazing.
But there had to be some kind of magnetic factor to hold things onto it.
I don't care. My house, I could just move my stuff around.
I'm just saying, this is not a bad invention. I'm always looking for the next $1 billion invention.
I have two. We'll talk off the radio.
We can't talk off the radio. That's no fun.
No, because then everyone will steal them.
That's the
Two
idea.
of them are good.
Yeah, they steal your idea, but then you get to benefit from the idea. Here's your headline from the Mirror. Tell me what you think about this.
I don't think you can say that on the radio.
Mutant cow born with 2 heads, including 4 eyes and 2 mouths, stuns villagers. Yeah. I think the more appropriate headline would be like, no, it would be more of a news story if like nobody in the village was shocked.
Fun was
like,
had by all.
Yeah, Joey? No, Joey's fine. What's wrong with Joey? You got a problem with Joey? Joey's got 2 heads, 4 eyes, 2 mouths. What's the problem with Joey?
All our cows come out like this.
Yes, they would be delicious alien cows.
2 burgers for one.
It's Steve on the Chicken Brew in the morning.
The Goo Goo Dolls, that is from 2019. How come they are still writing music like it is the early 90s? What is happening there?
Because they know to play on AFN.
Gross.
So the Big Navy has come out with this idea, this concept of no sacred cows. I love no sacred cows. Actually, I love sacred cows. I love cows.
2-headed cows.
Yeah. That's the focus of today's show.
Oh my God, I was going to say something that would have been very inappropriate.
There's this initiative out there to cut $40 billion from the Navy's budget.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes. I initially saw this on a friend's page, and I made my standard comments that you've heard me say throughout the years about we don't need this, we don't need that, we don't need this, and this saves us money and money. So I made my comments over there, and then I thought it'd be very interesting to see how the people on my page would answer the same question without really any input from me. So I posted it up there, and strangely, AFN high on the list.
I saw that. I did see. I follow what you post.
Yes, you just don't participate
I
at all.
don't feel the need to.
And then
I'm gonna see. You're my one friend.
A friend of mine at DMA. He kind of got upset about it. No need to get upset. There's no sacred cows, you sacred cow. I've kind of made people upset with my talk about chaplains. I do not believe we need a chaplain of a rank any higher than captain. Now, if you're a chaplain and your rank the lieutenant, I was thinking the wrong service there, 03. I don't think we need chaplains of the rank higher than 03. And if you are a chaplain is of the rank of higher than 03, by no means is any of this personal. I don't know you. I'm sure you're a fantastic person. It's just that what does an admiral chaplain do?
I have no idea.
Well, he must do something important because the admiral chaplain has got another admiral chaplain that works for him. It's just there's so many
you gotta
ways.
Have the boss of the boss of the boss.
I just saw this.
Literally the way it works.
We have guests here this week. Actually, today we have guests here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's one of those raise your hand. I never raise my hand at all hands calls. I never try to speak at all. This is where I get to talk because at an all hands call, first of all, they're never going to give you the answer.
And they can see your face.
Yeah. We'll get back to you on that.
If you have to go to 2 sessions based on rank or gender,
that's always fun.
when you get to the next one, they're like, we've already heard your comment. Ask the hard questions.
But in honesty, whenever anybody's making one of these visits, normally they don't want to hear the questions because there's other ways of funneling those questions to you. And I kind of wish that when SecNav put this thing out there, that we're looking for a way to cut $40 billion from the Navy's budget, and there are no sacred cows. I wish they would have just put out and send your emails here. And go for it. Just send us your. It's called brainstorming. It's a true concept. Just give us your craziest ideas. Give us everything, and let us see if there's any viability to any of them.
Let's keep the uniforms for a decade.
Yes. Yes. How much?
And if we could just go. Give guys beards. Don't make them cut their hair to look like 12-year-old boys. Let's stop talking about hair. If it's clean, you keep it. All right? Move on.
What if, and when it comes to that uniform situation, I've always thought this, what if we went to the Army model? Where in the Army, they give you your uniforms.
Right.
And when you need a new one, you go in and you exchange it and you get a new uniform.
Because it takes 8 months to get a printer in the Navy. What do you think will happen trying to wait for those?
I mean, they have a logistics system in place where they don't give a clothing allowance because they take care of you.
Right.
And I think that's a good model, and it could save money. And if there was an email address, I'd send it to it. What are your thoughts?
Well,
what would you do if there were no sacred cows and you could save money? And don't say fire T-Bone and Chick Brew. We work for free. So there you go.
And I destroy no more shipbuilding because no one wants to go on those.
True story. You have to see my stand-up sometimes.
I've never really. I don't.
No. I mean, and as I have explained, when we've had some of our friends come and visit and do shows, and I get to introduce them and maybe warm up the crowd with one or two lines, I really can't. I can't do me here because I live here.
Right.
It's a different thing when you go to different cities and you tell your jokes. But, when you live here, I mean, I've gotten in trouble over jokes in the past with no intent to offend. But, when I'm doing stand-up on the road, I actually try to offend a little bit.
Just push the envelope. Then I set the envelope on fire.
Let's talk about murder.
Murder. I actually have no idea what he's about to say, so I'd like to just put this out there to the world. This could go two different ways.
This is the great Rota murder of 2020. Yeah.
It's still early in the year.
So I'll lay the scene for you. There's a man. There's a male who is in charge of a bunch of females. He runs the show. He's the pride of the walk. He's the man. He's the male. He got it down. But another male comes in. It is put into this environment, a bunch of females, and now two males, one giant beastly male and this new guy. Now, the owners of this family of males and females have to go to Germany for the DoD Wrestling Championships. Congratulations, Admirals, on whether you did or did not do good. I don't really know. I tried watching it live on AFN, and at about the 2-hour mark, I think I either fell asleep or the internet stopped working.
2 hours? You made it 2 hours?
I might have fast-forwarded a little bit. There was people I wanted to see wrestle, and I wanted to root for them from afar, and I didn't. Anyway, the family goes away to Germany, and when they come back, the male is missing. He's disappeared, as is one of the females. They're gone. Yes, but after some keen investigating by one of the top law enforcement officials in Rota, he finds the dead body of the large rooster hidden in the back of the chicken coop, and physical proof that the other rooster tried to hide the body. When I heard this story,
I was so confused.
When I heard this story of a rooster, and I've seen this rooster, he's a big old giant of a man, rooster, be getting killed by another rooster, and then the other rooster dragging the body into the chicken coop and then trying to cover it up. This blew my mind. I didn't know
I didn't realize they were so aggressive.
But there's, when the Colvin Chicken Ranch, as it's colloquially known. When the Chicken Ranch started, I didn't know anything about chickens and raising chickens, and a bunch of people raise chickens.
I have a friend that she has 3 chickens.
I didn't know they're more like pets than just delicious, tasty murder. So
our chickens are Reba, Loretta,
that's
and Dolly.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
But as I'm reading up on, having your own chickens, they know up to like 200 words, and they got all this. Chickens are fun to have around.
And
people like having
breakfast.
them. And they make breakfast. As a matter of fact, I should be getting some free eggs finally from the ranch. I've been waiting for these free eggs for years. Apparently the temperature change. Yeah, so little rooster takes out big rooster, murders him, and then tries to hide the body. I tried to give you this experience the way I kind of heard it, because when I realized that this was a murder, to take over the pride, I don't know what you call a flock of chickens, a pride.
Those are lions.
Yeah.
No, those are geese.
What's a crash? Huh? You're so smart. What's a crash?
I don't know. A murder of crows. But there are chickens. Oh gosh, we have to play a song.
Is that Kelly Clarkson?
No.
Who is that?
Kesha.
Oh,
Your other favorite.
They all sound the same. Hey, so in one of those delightful surprises, last night when I came home, there was a giant bag of lemons, a gift from one of our listeners. Thank you so very much. So, those are my weekend plans. I'm going to be making a fresh batch of limoncello, and I have right now a surplus of limoncello stuff. So I'm going to say this: I make limoncello to share as a gift. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have to be a special day of the week. It's Tuesday and you want some limoncello. What you need to do is you need to bring me. I'm tired of buying all of the stuff, putting all the labor into making limoncello, and then having to buy your decorative little cork top bottles so that to put the limoncello in, and then you don't return the bottles. And if you want some limoncello, you're gonna have to contact me, and you're gonna have to bring me a little bottle, and I'll get you some. I'm making some.
BYOB, bring your own bottle.
I made some kimchi, and it is finally fermented to the point where it is ripe. Oh my goodness, it is. We'll talk about your cooking experiences. We're going to play a little bit of music, and then we're going to the top of the hour news, and we come back, we're going to be talking about shower time with T-Bone.
You're beautiful. Just right
what
there.
about me? Why am I being left out? And then I realize, that makes much more sense. Anyway, if you listen to the podcast now, what we do is we basically take the show for our friends and family who were once here and have since moved away. We take what we do on Friday mornings and we put it up in a podcast format that's available for you to listen to whenever you want.
Without the music.
Without the music. You're welcome. You can listen to any of the archive shows that we've uploaded, and those are kind of hard to do. What we have is a monthly limit, and I'm paying for this, okay? I'm paying to do this. So once again, unrequited love is what we've got here. I'm not.
My mom is all about it. My mom and my sister-in-law, they're like the ones right there.
So we post this up every live episode we put up, and when time permits. Like this is one of those times that permits. We could put up an archived episode, an older episode. We try to include ones that are not too. Some we go far back. It all depends on what we're feeling that day. So we got a little bit over 2 hours left in our quota for 3 more days. And if you don't use it, you lose it. There's no rollover minute, so you got to use it. So we're gonna post this episode probably tonight or tomorrow morning, and then I'll dig back into the archives and pull up one of our older episodes that hopefully has something fun and entertaining in it for you. If you don't know how to podcast, or if you've never podcasted, let me just say it is a format that I have not dealt with. I had a friend of mine that started a podcast 20 years ago, and I listened occasionally, but he was off the charts offensive, and you couldn't really listen to it at the office or anything like that. And then they converted that to the video version of a podcast, and I've always enjoyed that podcast, but I never understood how easy it was to use and listen to and play podcast. Even JR, the Joe Rogan Experience, I've been watching that on YouTube for years, but I've never had a podcast on the phone play like that. It's really a simple, fun format. It converts right to the vehicle. If you got Bluetooth assigned, it's
or you just put it on speaker. I don't have Bluetooth, so I just put it in the cup holder and hope for a good bounce back.
Oh, nice. You can find those old episodes by just searching for T-Bone and Chick Brew Podcast. And it's available on iTunes and all the other popular places where you can find podcasts.
I don't think you can say that on the radio.
We need a fundraiser. We'll do a fundraiser for new headphones again. I'm tired of paying for headphones. I have so many. I got like 4 pair at the house now because the home version of the podcast we've never actually gotten to. We've been teasing it for well over an hour. Now we're going to talk about shower time with T-Bone.
The things you can't unhear. No mental picture. No mental picture.
That got the phone beeping. Anyway. Yes, and no, I didn't tell everybody that Lee was my lemon supplier, but you did when you made that comment. So congratulations. So I'm in the shower, and I don't know. Maybe I shower more violently than other people. I know I have my own shower. The wife has her own shower. I've had to replace the shower head on my shower like 8 times. And I've never had to replace hers.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I think it's normal the way I shower. I put water on myself. I lather. I rinse. I don't do jumping jacks or anything crazy. But recently, the most recent shower head I bought is magical. It's magical. First of all, you could see the internal workings because it's clear acrylic, and you could see all these little beads floating around and moving around, and supposedly water softening, whatever. I don't know. But what I do know is the water pressure increased like 100%. So on a day when normal Rota water pressure isn't that great, I still get good water pressure. But on the day when Rota water pressure is normal, I get to the point. When's the last time you've turned down your shower thrust? You know?
We have really good water pressure at our house.
So, but you always have it on full blast?
No.
No?
No. No, God, no. Because it not only is the pressure kind of like pins and needles, but it also gets hotter. So.
So ours, it is unusual for me throughout my life to not just turn the power on full for a shower.
That's fair.
But not anymore. With this thing, it is pins and needles. It's like sandblasting your skin. I don't think much about it, except when it comes to that final rinse cycle, and then I like it on full blast, because it definitely saves you money, because you only need one pass. Just and gone.
Just pressure washed my body.
Yes. And,
I love it.
Recently, I learned this bad thing. There was some soap on the shower curtain, and I was just going to, hit it with a blaster, knock it off real quick.
No.
I sure did. I blew it right out of the tub, and on its way out, it created this puddle of water. I put like 2 gallons of water on the floor of the bathroom in an instant, just because I blew the curtain out the side with this thing.
No.
I bought it for €5 at a Chino store.
Good job.
If you have water pressure issues, hit me up on the fan page. I'll send you a picture of it. This thing is incredible. And that showering with T-Bone, that is today's showering with T-Bone.
How do you feel about... the shower heads that are supposed to create like rain?
I hate them.
Okay, good. I'm so glad I'm not the only one. I don't like them. I feel like they're not really doing anything.
You can make a shower that drizzles on you and all this misting. You can do all that crazy stuff, but at the end of the day, if I don't have a shower head that I can take and move around my body, then I might as well be taking a bath.
I like to pressure wash between my toes with the shower.
I pressure wash everything.
So good.
Oh my! I feel
like you and I are probably the cleanest people in the space.
I don't have a back scratcher, but I'll blast, especially with this sandblasting head. I'll just hit the back, just
I have a scrub brush.
Good stuff, man.
I got the full scrub brush. I love being clean.
Yes, I'm a big fan of it.
I feel like
and
when
it's a great way of not spreading germs. All of the giant epidemics and pandemics that have occurred throughout the history of man have usually been because of dirty people. So wash yourself. That's what we're saying.
I do have a gallon of Dial soap, which I get made fun of, but sometimes you need a full body disinfectant.
Because if he does nothing else, at least he laughs occasionally. So that's always good.
Who is the he that you're...
It doesn't matter. There's just people in the studio. They don't need introductions. Maybe they have their own shows. I was very fortunate to have that's really loud all of a sudden. The bed.
Is that better?
Yes. So I was really fortunate yesterday to have a meeting that took place early in the morning and over coffee. Like, no kidding, work meeting where we drank coffee.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that. And like the place that sells coffee. So we had a good time there. And one of the individuals who's relatively new here that I'd met for the first time used a word. I meet someone for the first time. I try to find out something about them, a little bit about their life. And he tells me about working with scoundrels in Louisiana.
Aha, scallywags.
Scoundrels was his word.
I like it.
I loved it. I loved it so much. I just tried to incorporate it in everything I talked about yesterday. Today's word to incorporate is swindled.
Swindled?
Yes, you came up with the swindled word. That's a great one to use. When you're thinking about being swindled or scoundreled, if that were to be a different, I don't know, language stuff.
Like a verb.
Yeah. We talk about, we live in southern Spain. It's awesome. It's amazing. And for the most part, stress-free. But you have to be aware that there are some things that can cause stress. And having your home broken into is a very stressful situation.
By hooligans and ruffians.
And scoundrels and swindlers.
And scallywags.
Yeah, there is no greater violation to your personal space than somebody breaking into your house. And the number one way to prevent somebody from breaking into your house, believe it or not, locking the door.
Can we just talk about all criminals in pirate terms?
I don't know. I don't know if we can. Here's what I'll do. I'll continue on with the important message of the day, and you interject random words as you see fit. So a lot of people are under the misunderstanding of how a door actually works. So when you have this, and why don't we have these in America? It drives me nuts. We have a steel frame door that's solid core, that's got locks that go into the left side, the right side, the top, and the bottom. These are vault-like doors. They're very, very secure.
Are you going to pack out your front door with you?
No, but I have thought about going to Leroy.
No, I can't do it. Is my homie.
Place. The place that sells stuff. They go over there. Stop doing that.
Don't do it.
I have thought about going out there and buying some doors to take back with me.
Yeah.
I want to, my next house I want to build.
Yeah,
my forever home, if you will. Because I believe in building with concrete. It seems to work for countries that build with concrete. The homes stick around for hundreds of years. Whereas, Tuesday, the entire housing area in some place in Tornado Alley disappeared.
Oh, yeah.
And, Well,
I've seen that happen.
What happened? You put a mobile home in a place called Tornado Alley. What did you think was going to happen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to be a mobile home. You can put some bricks on the front, but the back's still made of cardboard.
That blows my mind.
Texas, all of Texas. Yeah, the whole state of Texas.
That's called a brick facade.
It's facade.
Facade.
Fake sod.
Yeah.
Great, got it.
You put bricks on the outside of a cardboard box and you think it makes it stronger. It does not make it stronger. Not even
all the way around the cardboard box. Just the front and 3/4 on each side.
You got, I know Texas. Texas is a little weird out there, but there are weirder places. In Mississippi, I saw a double-decker mobile home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where it wasn't even the same make and model. It was clearly a mobile home that they had put another mobile home on top of to make it a 2-story mobile home.
How do you get to the second floor? Do you think they built in or do you use like a ladder?
When you see things like that, I do not recommend you stop and ask questions. Hey, y'all, I got some questions about your architecture. So, in the first hour of the show, we talked about murder. Yes. We
wanted to say that.
It's all in the pronunciation. So, we've talked about the great Chicken Ranch murder of Rota 2020, which that story would have only been better had I had the name of the chickens or had I associated names with the chickens. I could have told that story better in retrospect.
Well, you've got next week.
Yeah.
Since no one's listening this week, we can always try again tomorrow. tomorrow.
We talked about. We had a special episode of Shower Time with T-Bone. That was
Can't
fun.
get that back.
This morning we talked a lot about tailgating and why it is a bad thing, and how not just tailgating, but anybody who thinks you're smarter than everybody else because you're doing something to get ahead of a bunch of people that are patiently waiting in line, you're not smarter. There are words I would use to describe you, and smarter is not one of them, and the rest of them get me fired, so I'm not doing that. This morning, there's a particular tailgater out there who had to needlessly sit at a red light because I chose to wait for that light to go red, and I chose to block the lane, and that's the way I get back. My way of just saying, calm down.
Putting the petty and petty officer
It's
over
going
there.
to be okay. There's only 2 of us on the road. We'll get there. Get off my bumper. This isn't the last lap at the Daytona 500, which, by the way, Ryan Newman, he walked out of the hospital yesterday. Good for him.
Yay, sports.
What is that? It's race cars.
Zoom.
Yes.
Go fast.
So
Turn left.
Here's an important thing to know about Ryan Newman's accident there at the Daytona 500. Horrendous crash that was caused by tailgating. It was
yes, that's fancy.
He bumped him in the back, and then he went into the wall at 200 miles an hour, flipped through the air, could have died, but didn't, because number one, those cars are doggone near indestructible.
You know who's been to the Daytona 500?
I have.
Me too.
Yeah. Number two, they remade all the walls after an incident at that exact same track where a legend in racing was killed. I almost said murdered. He wasn't murdered.
Was it?
He was killed at the exact same track. So they redid all the walls. They made them a little softer than concrete, which is a good idea. And hey, dig this. He was wearing a seatbelt.
Oh, yeah. Seatbelts are important.
Because even though he is in a really tight-fitting cage, it is amazing what centrifugal forces will do to the human body.
Just Jell-O.
Yeah. I have been at accidents where people were ejected through the
small window.
Yes.
Yes.
Except it was a sunroof that was only open about 3 inches.
Yes.
And that person was not wearing a seatbelt, and that person was ejected, and that person did not survive. Always wear your seatbelt, because you never know when somebody's going to bump draft you into the wall at 200 miles an hour. You shouldn't be going 200 kilometers. Yeah, it sounds even better.
Oh, yeah. Just faster than wind.
We have definitely covered your accident prevention today. We slightly touched on your crime prevention. Don't be the cock of the walk. Don't be the rooster in charge of the hens while the family goes away to Germany.
Be the smart little guy.
You'll get murdered. And then the chicken tried to cover up the body is the most amazing part of that story to me.
In my mind, I just picture this rooster back kicking some dirt. Nothing to see.
Yeah. And when I asked, I was like, "Are you sure it was the rooster that did it?" He goes, and he explains to me that the chickens have very distinct claws, and it was clear that those were chicken claws in the covering up the dead carcass scenario. So we talk about that chicken murder, but we also talked about locking your doors. Remember, it's not just closing the door behind you. That key keeps spinning for a reason, and that's to put all the locks in place. And
the murderous chickens keeps them out.
Yes, buy murderous chickens to protect. Well, here's what I do know about chickens. Chickens eat processionary caterpillars.
I'm getting more chickens.
Right?
Oh, my goodness.
Get a couple of chickens, and then Rupert can play in the yard.
Fear.
They don't have fear. They eat just about anything.
Monsters.
And I know you could shark. Oh, there was a big chicken fighting. They don't call it chicken fighting. What do they call it? Rooster fighting is the word that I'm going to use.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not it, but yes.
There was a big rooster fighting bust here. Like 175 people got arrested here in Spain for rooster fighting. Yes, it sounds funny when I say it that way.
Rooster rumble. I'm good. That's good. I'm glad they shut that down, because that is...
When we talk about the ACCs, there's always that third one, and that's court-martial prevention. We have a very simple rule that makes things, I hate this table, but makes things so much easier. How to stay out of a court-martial as a defendant. Rule number 1, keep your hands to yourself. It's so easy to do. You don't punch anybody, you don't touch anybody, you don't fondle. Other words for fondling, touching, and punching. You don't do any of those.
People are disgusting. They probably aren't as clean as T-Bone and I. Don't touch them in any way, shape, or form.
Even better, don't get a flu virus Don't touch other people.
Yes.
Even handshakes now.
Oh, yeah, not a
I'm
fan.
Not a fan anymore. I would prefer to hug you than handshake you. That's only because I'm touching your clothes.
All about it. I understand you.
Yeah.
I'm feeling you.
When we come back, we're going to close out the show. We hope you enjoy. Join us on the fan page by searching on Facebook for LUNSB. LUNSB, that's Lunsby on Facebook to find a fan page called The Cavalcade. It's T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning.
T-Bone, this is for you.
What would have made today's show better?
Snacks.
I agree. Donuts, coffee.
Yeah.
More DJ Fatty Patty sitting
I love
over there.
Fatty Patty.
He's nice when he's the thing is, he's never here when we say fun stuff to laugh. He just leaves like now. But I'm not saying fun stuff intentionally because he doesn't deserve me. Fans participation. When you participate in the show, we get to talk about the stuff that you want to hear about. Whether it's the angle you're thinking or not is a different story. Not the best one for that show, but you can participate in the podcast on there. You can leave your comments, and we take all of your comments on board. We try to make the show better every week. Try to make it just a little bit more entertaining, but sometimes we fail, sometimes we don't. And let's see. We got guests in town. We got people visiting us. Be sure to...
Are they people we like?
Why not? Show them the best Rota that you could show them. You know what I'm saying? Make them want to come back to Rota. Show them the good side of Rota. If there's anything bad or upsetting about Rota, don't tell them that. They're visitors. You never bring someone in your house and show them your dirty laundry, right?
False.
You bring them into your house and everything's spotless, and you had a maid come over and clean up and stuff.
No, because Rupert will actually have destroyed it.
Have you found yourself having less guests ever since you got the dog?
No, people still come over, and it's just a disaster. I'm like, this is my life now. Just move on.
Yeah, Zeus is very territorial, and because of his size, it just doesn't make sense to invite people over anymore.
Rupert just wants to hug you.
And yeah, so does Zeus. It's a different kind of hug. Trust me. A lot of motion in his hugs, if you know what I mean.
I do. And you can stop now.
So and if we have company come over, we have to have them meet on neutral grounds, and Zeus has to accept them before he'll let them into the house without terrifying them. So it's just. I'm not really a social person anyway, so I'm kind of okay with the fact that I can use a dog,
My dog will eat you.
Even years and years from now, when Zeus is but a memory, I'm going to use him. Oh no, Zeus will not. He doesn't like people who wear earrings. I don't know.
I'm still good.
I'll come up with excuses. I don't know. We end this show today reminding you, as we remind you every week. Be the best person that you can be, and if you were a great person yesterday, be an even better person tomorrow.
And don't forget that you are loved.